So I made this really sick trick room slash weather team. I can't wait to show you guys how it performs. Check it out. Alright, so first Pokemon we have here is Rillaboom, aka Zoe. So she's just here to protect my team from Kyogre, Water Spout spam. So the fake out, the Grassy Glide is there to give us that, help, especially in the first turn if I'm trying to set up Trick Room with the rest of the team who I'm going to show. But yeah, as you can see, this is just a standard set, max HP, max attack, looking to do the most damage as possible. It's also there to help us against, a lot of the Terra Water Pokemon, like Lunala, who like to Terra Water against my Calyrex or against my Kyogre. This is just to put pressure on them, make them think about, terrestrializing, and if they do, gives us super effective damage against them. So very standard set. Next up is my boy Ray Allen. I love this dude. He's good at what he does, especially with that choice scarf. We have him at timid, so he can outspeed, max speed, timid Calyrex Shadow Rider. So he's pretty fast. He's able to get there and do what he does, especially when you Terra Water Spout. For a team that's not prepared, it's going to do a lot of damage, a whole lot of damage. Ray Allen, I like to bring him in after the Trick Room component of our team, of the team, is kind of done their thing. And I bring in Ray Allen at the end to kind of clean up. And more times than not, you find that your opponents, especially in a close team sheet, they don't think that Ray Allen is Scarf because it's a Trick Room team other than Ray Allen, right? So when you bring him into the end, a lot of the times, especially if there's one Trick Room team, one Trick Room turn left, a lot of the times they're protecting, thinking you're gonna outspeed them, only to find out that once the Trick Room's expired, you're outspeeding them and you just blow them back with the Water Spout. So I really love having Ray Allen. And having Kyogre and Calyrex Ice Rider is a really good combination. The water is there to protect Cali from, the fire type damage, which is huge. It resists steel. And having weather control is always nice, especially for the Koraidon teams, the Groudon teams. But yeah, this is my Calyrex Ice. I named him Creon. He's got that clear amulet. Obviously, you don't want to get intimidated by Incineroar. Got Glacial Lance, high horsepower for good damage. Glacial Lance is really good. Of course, you got to watch out for wide guard users like Pelipper. You don't really touch Pelipper if it's wide guarding. And you can't do anything to it if it's wide guarding. But if you're able to knock out its opponents before or after, you should have a better time against that Pokemon. So yeah, this is a standard set, max HP, max attack. Once you get a few chilling nays going, you can really start to snowball, right? A lot of the times I found that terrestrializing this guy usually happens turn one if it's against like dark types or like a Calyrex Shadow Rider. Then you want to terrestrialize him because the Astral Barrage is going to do some damage. It doesn't knock you out, but I don't necessarily like having him take a lot of damage, especially turn one. So I usually terrestrialize if that's the case. But yeah, between Cali and my Indeedee, they're very, very good at setting up Trick Room. Every now and then you will run into a team that uses like Imprison and stuff like that. The Fergaraths of the world, the Indeedee males of the world, so even sometimes the Flutter Maze of the world. Those guys are carrying, Imprison or Trick Room to reverse it. In those cases, just attack. A lot of the times you're getting good damage off of your Glacial Lances, so that's pretty good. Now this Indeedee, very huge. I know it's weird having both grassy terrain and psychic terrain. But I like it. It's especially good against Miraidon teams. You have two ways to turn off their electric terrain. You can also pressure with your Amoonguss or Spore. Having these two Pokemon to switch terrains, it really helps a lot, and it neuters its damage by quite a lot. So I find it really valuable. Standard set. I forgot what I EV'd these to do, but it's a pretty bulky Pokemon. There are a few hits that will take it out in one shot. Zacian, especially if it's invested physically well, it's able to usually one shot Penny or your Indeedee female. So definitely want to look out for that, especially if you're leading Calyrex Ice and Indeedee, you're gonna get one shot by Zacian. So bring in Ray Allen for sure. Maybe even leading Ray Allen, because Ray Allen will knock it out in one hit. So look out for that. So yeah, Penny and Creon, a lot of the times those are the two Pokemon I lead with. Then I have Mycelia, who I'm going to talk about right now. Mycelia is very, very huge. If I'm running Trick Room, a lot of the times Mycelia is coming. Amoonguss, doing what it is that Amoonguss loves to do, putting stuff to sleep, getting in the way of teams. This Clear Smog is there for Pokemon like Dondozo, Tatsu. Sometimes there's these random shenanigans you find, like with Minimize, Muck, and stuff like that. Like, I hated losing to teams like that. So having Clear Smog is always there. You could put Pollen Puff there if you want. You could take out Protect, put Pollen Puff, but I like having Protect. I like having Clear Smog as well. I found it helps, just to stop snowballs from happening and auto losing to certain kinds of matchups I like to set up, and there's no other way to stop them. All right. Now we also have Urshifu Dark. I call him a Chebe. This guy is sick. This used to be Urshifu Water, but I changed it to Dark because Dark gives us so much coverage against Cali Shadow, Wicked Blow, Terra Dark Wicked Blow. It's doing a lot of damage. Helping Hand, Terra Dark Wicked Blow, one shots, Raging Bolt, which can be a nuisance to the team, especially to Ray Allen. So yeah, I really like what Urshifu Dark does for the team. Dark typing is always nice. The close combat is always good into Terrapagos. So yeah guys, that's the team. Sometimes I like to lead a Chebe, Ray Allen. Sometimes I like to lead Penny, Creon. I also like to lead Zoe, a Chebe too. Fake Out plus Unseen Fist. That's a really broken combo. Penny, Ray Allen is really good if they don't have any switch-ins or any ways to stop you from just water spouting their whole team. Sometimes a Helping Hand, Terra Water Spout will even Oko resist, so that's a nuke that you can always drop. But for the most part, I like to lead these two. Some weaknesses of the team, I want to say dragons, but Creon is really good against dragons. I also think if they have like a lot of dark types is something to look out for. Like if they have a lot of dark types and weather control, that's something to look out for. Because Penny and Creon struggle against those. But you could always go with Ray Allen and Achebe. Those guys are good. Mycelia can also support both of them really well. We do have some of a weakness to flying type moves, so you want to look out for Tornadus. They can be problematic, but Chebe's got the Focus Sash, so he's always gonna live one hit. Mycelia's got the Rocky Helmet for Urshifu Rapid Strikes. We also have Zoe to help against the Urshifu Rapid Strikes too. So I think it's a really great team, guys. You can definitely try it out. It's good until most of the meta game. Like I said, Ray Allen is there. He outspeeds Calyrex Shadow Rider. Zamazenta is another Pokemon you have to be wary of. It's the reason why I have Hydro Pump on Ray Allen. I used to have Origin Pulse there, but if Zamazenta is going to stand there and wide guard, especially turn 1, you want to have something to get that thing off the field as soon as possible. I used to have Ice Beam here. In fact, on my Switch, I do have Ice Beam still, but I'm trying out Icy Wind just as a form of speed control, especially if I'm leading Ray Allen with a Chebe. Give him that speed advantage so he can just knock something out really quickly. More often than not, I have something that's easily switchable in for Ray Allen. So yeah guys, that's the team. So just let me know, guys, what duo are you most excited to try out in Regulation I, and who's your favorite Pokemon? I hope to catch you guys on the next one. See ya.